realised I didn't have water with me, so excuse the slight delay with a voice, but uh, why not enjoy and take time um, with an image, which I think is quite fitting for this particular card, which is number 3 in the Major Arcana, the Trumps, the Triumphs, which is the Empress. And within this card, the association in the Marseille tarot deck is the Queen of Heaven, which many may be familiar is a common title in Catholicism, especially for Mother Mary. So we still see embodied within this card aspects of that, the Divine Mother, and and it's a really interesting one because I believe the next card is the Emperor, and quite different. I mean, in some contexts alone, in word, it's an interesting one because there is a level of concepts around authority slash rulership. And now, still to this day, we see this echoed within societies and structures mostly the world over, whereby a mother has rulership over their children, predominantly. And for a lot of reasons, this makes sense up until a point. In more archaic traditions and let's say tribes, it is primarily the child rearing that falls to the woman folk and mother slash mothers, because a lot do it communally in tribes in different areas, and it isn't until a certain age that children folk are then, depending on gender, depending on needs of the collective, are given more time and exposure and duty of care to menfolk. So concepts within this card, if you haven't noticed, flowers are very present. We've got this lovely, well, I'll go back to 3. And the significance of this, and you'll see portrayed commonly in more traditional depictions of the figure of the Empress, a triangle. Hence also the position in the tarot of card 3. This is the two forces meeting to create something else, and essentially the Divine Mother is the incubator of this something else, and that is life, that is new life, that is beauty. It's a concept I've sort of come to understand in comparison to the Emperor, who might be rulership through law. The Empress is about rulership through beauty, acceptance that in creation there are no mistakes, that we are aspects of the divine. This is so. Whether we see it or not, whether we believe it or not, whether whether it's obvious or not. And I was musing a little before about the concept of beauty. That where does it lay? Where does it exist? Is beauty the external, or is beauty only beauty because of the eye that beholds it? It's the dialogue between. It's the one and the other recognizing a third thing that exists beyond, but isn't experienced without the others. And in a way, that's the kind of nature of the three. In many regards, two things that are a foundational thing that experience another thing or help birth, create another thing. Um, so we do see a lot of these beautiful, beautiful symbolisms of flowers within here. You've got this a beautiful fecundity is a word that springs to mind. The birthing of potentiality. So this is an active process card. This isn't a formulaic a conceptual. This is very much about the beauty around us, the beauty within ourselves, and our abilities to recognize that. Yeah, we have, funnily enough, echoed from yesterday, we have a blue lotus here. Manifest beauty. We also have a swan, you'll notice, also shields with eagles, oftentimes a symbol of, let's tentatively say, more defensive, patriarchal kind of concepts of rule through order or through protection. This is still an illusion, an alluding to those things, but you will see depicted in both of these two cards, it lays to the right of the figure at rest. There is no need for protection. And I think it's a little hint towards reminding oneself that within armor or protecting of selves from life, from love, from feeling, from being, that is oftentimes when the ability for beauty to speak to us becomes lost.